Higher dimensional extraterrestrials tell me that the Earth karma cycle has come to an end. You no longer have to live through that if you choose not to. Welcome back. This is the astral travel meditation report for Sunday, October 5th. Yesterday, Saturday, October 4th, we did another one of the live guided interdimensional meditations, which we do every Wednesday and Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's free, it's live streamed. Please come and participate. If you're not able to make the live stream, just go to the live section on my YouTube channel and you can follow them. They're all different, even though many of them have the same name. They're all different and they're all very powerful. Just go enjoy it. If you did the meditation we did last night, if you did this meditation, please put in the comments your experience. I don't know what I have to do to get people to leave comments. One or two will, and I know that there was a lot more than two people who were doing the meditations. Please, it's helpful for not only you, but it's helpful for us. So please, I'm going to forget things that happened, and I don't know what you communicated with the beings, so please put it in the comment section. I really appreciate it, and you'll get good brownie points. You'll get good karma for it. All right, so a lot of things happened in the meditation, but one of the things that I remember, which I thought was interesting, was this idea that karma has now come to an end. It's over. Unless you are still attached. By the way, karma is not what you've been told. Karma isn't sin. People equate karma with sin. And the word karma isn't negative. There's good karma and bad karma. Or really not good or bad, pleasant and unpleasant. But karma just means actions. And it just means the reaction to your actions. That's all it is. So this whole idea that, a lot of the new agey victim peddlers like to tell you is that there's some evil force that is either spiritual or otherwise that is lying to you, telling you that you have to be reincarnated, and they're doing that so they can feast off of your energy. And I know that's what it feels like, but that's not what's happening. And by the way, any of you who believe that there is some evil force that is forcing you to be on planet Earth, if you believe that, I'm here to tell you that that victim mentality in and of itself will prevent you from shifting. So I know you feel like you're holding on to your freedom, and we should definitely be exposing the lies, and there is a dark force on this planet that does want to enslave you, but they're humans. They're not forces. And by the way, if there are beings in higher dimensions that are doing this to you, you're screwed. There's literally nothing you could do. You might as well give up now. So if you don't want to be a victim for the rest of your lives, then the first thing you need to do is drop the whole victim mentality and take complete responsibility for everything. Every negative, unpleasant experience that you have had, that you are having, you must take responsibility. I'm not judging you, it's not your fault, but it means I'm telling you, you have the power to create your perfect world. And as long as you believe that somebody else is doing it to you, you can't believe that and also change your reality. I'm going to say that again. To the extent that you believe that something or somebody else has done it to you, you cannot change your reality. You can only change your reality if you have the power to do so. And if you have the power to change your reality for the better, it means that you've always had that power, and it means that you had the power to make your life miserable. So I give you permission to drop all of that. And if you'd like, I'm happy to help. This is why people need to be working with me. A lot of you most of you watching this should be working with me, and you don't for whatever reason. But it's very important that we address the false attachments and beliefs that you have, and you can't do that on your own. A broken mind can't fix itself. I need advice from outside sources as well. So I'm no different than you. In any case, it's a big deal, karma coming to an end. So it's important to understand how this dynamic is working. So in the meditation, what I remember being told, and I verbalized it to you, I believe, was that everything that could have been learned on earth has been learned. And so this experiment doesn't need to go on anymore. So you can get rid of the idea of people who are higher advanced than others and people who achieve enlightenment and those that don't. Get rid of that nonsense, because from this moment on, if you choose to, no matter how screwed up your life is, even if you've been an evil, horrible person who's done evil, horrible things, you can just decide to drop who you've been and move into the new reality. And you don't have to keep playing the karma game. Karma only had value as long as this virtual reality video game was going. The video game has ended now. So it's like if you play, if you're playing a role-playing online video game, your character has a lot of karma, right? The power that it has, good karma. It's got all these points and all this power, and now you have all these superpowers that you can go. That's your karma. But if you end the video game, all that stuff goes away. So that is true in terms of the things that you find to be challenging. Now, the good stuff you're going to take with you. And in fact, you're going to be given a place of power, a place of responsibility, because you've been on earth and gone through all the garbage and the pain. Now, that's from your avatar perspective. Your soul doesn't see it that way. Your soul sees it as a learning experience, and it grew and it got more powerful. But the point is, the game is over. So the karma, you can drop it. And that means that you have to drop all of your attachments to the idea of being who you are. That one of the things that's happening right now is that as people continue to move through this shift, especially if they're working directly with higher dimensional light beings, is that all kinds of feelings are coming up. Anger, rage, resentment, and also a lot of self-anger, self-hatred. All of those things are starting to come up very intensely. That's because the game is purging itself of all of the old rules. So if you hang on to that, it's going to be painful. People again always ask me, how can I get over this? People have asked me, I'm having a lot of feelings come up. Should I do something else? Did I not do the previous things right? It's like, no, you're just having feelings. So if you really want to work through your feelings, go onto this channel and go to the playlists and go to the 12 steps to 5D and do steps 4 through 7 over and over and over again. That will help you to release all of that, and you'll be able to shift forward. Work with me if you need to. I can help you with that. All right, so other things that happened in the meditation. Please remind me of the things that I missed. So I don't remember when and how, but at some point we were taken to some place where there was a celebration, and the light beings were clapping and they were celebrating in honor of us, and that we had graduated. So we graduated from the School of Earth. And then we were sitting on some chairs, and there was some kind of a stage or something, that there was going to be some kind of a presentation. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what happened. Refresh my memory. But what I remember, okay, now I'm remembering. So there was some kind of like a holographic projection of you in your highest state, your highest state, and you had the ability to create that. So it's like you're creating a new avatar for a brand new game without all the intensity of this one and all of the, we've moved up to the next level, so you get to create your avatar. And the idea is that your soul is going to know what it wants to be. So the idea was that we just allowed that to come out of us, and we allowed it to appear before us. So put in the comments, what did you see? If you want to share, what did you see of yourself? Who are you in this new world? And then we did some energy work where I think we chanted and helped create that. There was at some point there was some energy downloads that were given to us. Again, a lot of stuff happened. There was a lot of energy that was going on. At some point, I can't remember exactly what happened or how it happened. Refresh my memory. I believe that we started again putting energy into the earth, the new earth. So what we're doing now is a lot different than what we were doing like a year ago, when we were sending really intense, powerful energy to purify third dimensional earth. That has moved on. We've done that work. That work has been done. I know it doesn't look like it when you look around, but my understanding is that work is done. And now what's happened is that the earth has begun transforming. By the way, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the earth in terms of the electromagnetic field and earthquakes and all kinds of other stuff. And there's, as you know, there's crazy stuff in our solar system. There's giant, huge comets, weird things like that happening that, you're hearing all these things about what is this stuff? Is it an alien probe or, I don't. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it has to do with the fact that we are shifting. The other thing that's happening, which I want to encourage people to do, is people are able to completely, totally awaken to a new future for themselves. And this happened for me recently, and it's been happening for other people. And this has been a tool that's been very helpful. This is the Xuan Wu Dark Warrior of the North martial Qigong form, which you can get both at maoshan.thunderwizard.com and at the shop at thunderwizard.com. And that has been very helpful. That had a revolutionary effect on me. Completely opened my mind. In fact, what I'm now planning the next 6 months of my life. I've completely shifted my idea of what my life is, and I get to be doing all the fun things. I'm going to be spending my the next 6 months just focused on surfing perfect waves and the world is actually shifting itself towards that. Just to give you an idea, 2 years ago there was one professional grade surf pool in the United States, and that was in Waco, Texas, of all places. Just within the past year, I think there's been 2 that have been created. One on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. And there's 2 more that are coming to Florida next year. And there's another one that's coming to Utah. And these are all the best in the world. So 2 years ago, there was, if I wanted to surf and there was no waves on the continental United States, I was out of luck. Now, I can travel anywhere, anywhere in the continental United States, and I'm going to find professional grade waves for me to surf. And that happened when I shifted my reality and decided to create my new world. So This is happening for a lot of people. They're able to now see what they want, and I'm telling you, the world, the earth, will transform itself to meet your desires. This form is the most powerful way I know of to do exactly that. So if you want to go check that out, you can. You can find it at both of the websites here. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. So this was a very powerful meditation for me, and a very pleasing and wonderful meditation. And I couldn't escape just the really overwhelming feeling that, we're done with this 3D world. And it's just up to us if we want it. If we want to step into the new world, we can. And it starts with being able to see our next world. A lot of people are still struggling. A lot of people are still in pain. And there's only one reason for that. It's that you're still wrapped up in the 3D Ponzi scheme matrix. And it's enough to know that you need to get out of it. It's not enough just to know that you need to get out of it. Sometimes you need help, you need energy, you need power. So these are the things that we provide on this channel. And the first thing is to do what we did last night, and to do these live guided interdimensional meditations, to do CE5 and to do interdimensional meditation and communicate with these beings. And it's time to drop the garbage. There's no more time left. What I mean by that is, if you're doing mind-altering chemicals, you're doing drugs, THC, alcohol, any external shift, anything that shifts you externally, that is a dependence. That's what they used to do a long time ago. We don't need to do that anymore. Drop the self-destructive habits. Clean up your diet. Spend time in nature. And if you're not having problems with outside stuff like chemicals or that kind of thing, then the thinking, you've got to drop the negative thinking. And you probably won't be able to do that on your own. So again, this is why I'm here. And the practices that I give help tremendously. But you also need sometimes to have some specific tools to be able to turn that negative thinking off. And we now have the ability, we can do it. Something in me has completely left. There was some really challenging negative stuff that I've had my whole life, that I've been working on and done a good job at. And just right around my birthday, the middle of September, it just lifted. And coincidentally, it was right after that I made this video and taught this form, the Xuan Wu form. So that's why I'm such a big fan of it. All right, so I'm starting to babble, so I'll stop. So please put in the comments section what you remember of this meditation. And if you have any questions, put them in there. I read all of the questions and I respond to the respectful ones. And that's it. My friends, I love you all. Please be very good to yourselves. And I will see you all very, very soon.